Hello viewers, today we will discuss the topic Definitions of Information Technology Amendment Act 2008. Information technology has played very important role in the lives of people. People-based communication has substituted by e-communication, and also we have new concepts such as e-governance, e-commerce, e-banking, e-contract and so on. We can interact with anyone, anywhere and everywhere in no time. We can find valuable information while sitting at home. We can also work at any time. Further, the Information Technology Act 2000 has played commendable role in creating order in e-society in India. It helped in facilitating e-commerce, e-governance and e-contract, establishing supervisory body to supervise certifying authorities, issuing license to CAs so that they can issue DSC and ESCs to the subscriber, making consequential amendments in other existing laws so as to facilitate e-commerce and e-governance. Information technology covers a broad spectrum of hardware and software solutions that enables organizations to gather, organize, analyze data and helps them achieve their goals. It also details technology-based workflow processes that expand the capacity of an organization to deliver services that generate revenue. The four main focuses of IT personnel are the business computer network and database management, information security, business software development and computer technical support. Use of ICTs, internet etc. is fast expanding in 21st century. Being online or using the internet is a term now commonly used during conversation between students, professionals and even homemakers. The internet, with all the benefits of anonymity, is an existing new way to communicate. Now, the internet is omnipresent. It is known as a big bazaar. The internet is now recognized as an international system, a communication medium that allows anyone from any part of the globe with access to the internet to freely exchange information and share data. People are now more connected even globally than ever before. The word internet is derived from two words, interconnections and networks, also referred to as the net. Internet is the worldwide system of computer networks, that is the network of networks which allow the users to share information on those linked computers. It consists of thousands of separately administered networks of various size and types. Each of these networks comprises number of computers or local area network are connected by using public switch network to create wide area network, and when number of WANs and other interconnected networks such as intranet and extranet are connected, it results in internet. Therefore, internet is worldwide computer network. All computers connected to the internet communicate to each other only by using a common set of rules which are commonly known as a protocol. For this communication, each computer should have its own address. Such address is called IP address. Further, ISPs are the entities which provide connection to internet. According to a recent study, the number of internet users in India could be as many as 50 million. The number of internet users has more than doubled since 2000 to about 1 billion people across the world. Internet addiction is alarmingly on the rise. In fact, India boasts of being fifth country in the terms of the number of internet users. Now, we will briefly describe the definitions covered under the Information Technology Act 2000, which is amended in 2008. As amended by Information Technology Amendment Bill 2006 passed in Lok Sabha on December 22nd and in Rajya Sabha on December 23rd of 2008, an act to provide legal recognition for the transactions carried out by means of electronic data, interchange and other means of electronic communication, commonly referred to as a electronic commerce, which involves the use of alternatives to the paper based methods of communication and storage of information to facilitate electronic filings of the documents with the government agencies, and further to amend the Indian Penal Code, Indian Evidence Act 1872, the Banker Books Evidence Act 1891 and the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934, and for the matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. Whereas the General Assembly of the United Nations by the resolution dated on 30th January 1997 has adopted the model law on electronic commerce adopted by the United Nations Commission on International Trade Law, and whereas the said resolution recommends inter alia that all the states give favorable consideration to the said model law when they enact or revise their laws. In view of the need for the uniformity of the law applicable to the alternatives to the paper based methods of communication and storage of information, whereas it is considered necessary to give effect to the said resolution and to promote efficient delivery of government services by means of reliable electronic records, be it enacted by the Parliament in the 51st year of Republic of India as follows. Preliminary short title extent, commencement and application. This act may be called the Information Technology Act 2000 as amended by Information Technology Amendment Act 2008. Information Technology Amendment Bill 2006 was amended by Information Technology Act Amendment Bill 2008, and in the process the underlying act was renamed as Information Technology Act 2008. Herein, after referred to as a ITAA 2008, it shall extend to the whole of India, and save as otherwise provided in this act, it applies also to any offence or contravention hereunder committed outside India by any person. It shall come into force on such date as the central government may by notification appoint, and different dates may be appointed for different provisions of this act, and any reference in any such provision to the commencement of this act shall be construed as a reference to the commencement of that provision. Act notified with the effect from October 17, 2000. Amendment Y 2008 notified with effect from, substituted by the ITAA 2008. Nothing in this act shall apply to the documents or transactions specified in the first schedule by way of addition or deletion of the entries. Inserted via 2008, every notifications issued under subsection 4 shall be laid before each House of Parliament. Now we will discuss the important definitions of this act. In this act, unless context otherwise require, first we will discuss clause A, which defines as assess. With its grammatical variation and cognate expression, means gaining entry into, instructing or communicating with the logical, arithmetical or memory function, resource of a computer, computer system or computer network. In clause B, the term addressee has been defined. Addressee means a person who is intended by the originator to receive the electronic record, but does not include any intermediary. In clause C, adjudicating officer means adjudicating officer appointed under subsection 1 of section 46. Under clause D, affixing electronic signature with its grammatical variation and cognate expressions means adoption of any methodology or procedure by a person for the purpose of authenticating an electronic record by means of electronic signature. In clause E, appropriate government means as respect any matter enumerated in list 2nd of the 7th schedule to the Constitution relating to any state law enacted under list 3 of the 7th schedule to the Constitution, the state government and in any the case the central government. Then we will discuss under clause F, asymmetric crypto system means a system of a secure key pair consisting of a private key for creating a digital signature and a public key to verify the digital signature. In clause G, certifying authority. Certifying authority means a person who has been granted a license to issue electronic signature certificate under section 24. In clause H, certification practice statement has been defined. It means a statement issued by a certifying authority to specify the practices that the certifying authority employs in issuing electronic signature certificates. In further clause H, subclause A has defined communication device means cell phones, personal digital assistants or combination of both or any other device used to communicate, send or transmit any text, video, audio or image. This particular definition has been amended under Amendment 2008 Act. Then we will discuss the clause I in which computer has been discussed. Computer means any electronic, magnetic, optical or other high speed data processing device or system which performs logical, arithmetic and memory functions by manipulation of electronic, magnetic or optical impulses and includes all input, output, processing, storage, computer software or communication facilities which are connected or related to the computer in a computer system or a computer network. In clause J, this has been substituted in 2008 amendment. The word computer network has been added means the interconnection of one or more computers or computer system or communication device through the use of satellite, microwave, terrestrial line, wired, wireless or other communication media, terminals or in a complex consisting of two or more interconnected computers or communication device. In clause K, the computer resource has been discussed. Computer resource means computer communication device, computer system, computer network, data, computer database or software. Then we will discuss the computer system. Computer system means a device or collection of device including input and output support device and excluding calculators which are not programmable and capable of being used in conjunction with external files which contains computer programs, electronic instructions, input data, output data that performs logical, arithmetic, data storage and retrieval communication control and other function. In clause M, the term controller has been discussed. The word controller means in this definition the controller of certifying authorities appointed under subsection 7 of section 17 of the particular act. In clause N, cyber appellate tribunal has been discussed. Cyber appellate tribunal means cyber appellate tribunal established under subsection 1 of section 48. Cyber cafe which has been inserted in amendment 2008 clause NA means any facility from where access to the internet is offered by any person in the ordinary course of the business to the members of the public. Clause NB has been also inserted through 2008 amendment which means the cyber security. Cyber security means protecting information, equipment, devices, computer resource, communication device and information stored therein from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification or destruction. In clause O, data has been discussed. Data means a representation of information, knowledge, facts, concept or instructions which are being prepared or have been prepared in a formalized manner and is intended to be processed and is being processed or has been processed in a computer system or computer network, and may be in any form including computer, printout magnetics or optical storage media, punched card, punched tapes or stored internally in the memory of the computer. In clause P, the digital signature has been discussed. Digital signature means authentication of any electronic record by a subscriber by a means of an electronic method or procedure in accordance with the provisions of section 3. In clause Q, digital signature certificate has been discussed. It means digital signature certificate issued under subsection 4 of section 35 of the particular act. In clause R, electronic form has been discussed. With reference to the information means any information generated, sent, received or stored in a media, magnetic, optical, computer memory, microfilm, computer generated microfiche or similar device. In clause S, electronic gazette has been discussed. Electronic gazette means official gazette published in electronic form. In clause T, electronic record discussed. Electronic record means data, record or data generated, image or sound stored, received or sent in an electronic form or microfilm or computer generated microfiche. Clause TA has been asserted by the amendment 2006. Electronic signature means authentication of any electronic record by a subscriber by a means of electronic technique specified in the second schedule and include digital signature. Clause TB has been also inserted by the amendment 2006. Electronic signature certificate means electronic signature certificate issued under section 35 and includes digital signature certificate. Clause U has defined function in relation to computer, includes logic, control, arithmetical processes, deletion, storage and retrieval and communication or telecommunication from or within a computer. Clause UA has discussed Indian Computer Emergency Response Team, means an agency established under subsection 1 of section 70B. Clause 5, information includes data, message, text, images, sound, voice, codes, computer programs, software, database or microfilm or computer generated microfiche. This has been amended in 2008. Then in 2008 the word intermediary has been substituted with the respect to any particular electronic record, means any person who on behalf of another person receives, stores or transmit that record or provide any service with the respect to that record and include telecom service provider, network service provider, internet service providers, web hosting service providers, search engines, online payment sites, online auction sites and online marketplaces and cyber cafe. In clause X, key pair has been discussed. A key pair is an asymmetric crypto system, means a private key and its mathematically related public key, which are so related that the public key verified a digital signature created by the private key. In clause Y, the term law has discussed. Law includes any act of the parliament or of a state, legislature, ordinance promulgated by the president or a governor as the case may be, regulations made by the president under article 240, bill enacted as a president's act under subclause A of clause 1 of article 357 of the constitution and includes rules, regulations, bylaws and orders issued by or made thereunder. In clause Z, the term license has been discussed. License means license granted to a certifying authority under section 24 of this particular act. Clause ZA has discussed originator. Originator means a person who sends, generates, stores or transmits any electronic message or causes any electronic message to be sent, generated, stored, transmitted to any other person, but does not include an intermediary. Clause ZB has defined prescribed. Prescribed means prescribed by rules made under this particular act. Clause ZC has discussed private key. Private key means the key of a key pair used to create a digital signature. Clause ZD has discussed public key, means the key of a key pair used to verify a digital signature and listed in the digital signature certificate. Clause ZE has discussed secure system. Secure system means computer hardware, software and procedure that are reasonably secure from unauthorized access and misuse, provide a reasonable level of reliability and correct operation, are reasonably suited to performing the intended functions and adhere to the generally accepted security procedures. Security procedures has been defined in clause ZF, means the security procedures prescribed under section 16 of the central government. Clause ZG has discussed subscriber. Subscriber means a person in whose name the electronic signature certificate is issued. ZH has defined verify. In relation to digital signature, electronic record or public key within its grammatical variation and cognate expression, means to determine whether the initial electronic record was affixed with the digital signature by the use of private key corresponding to the public key of the subscriber. The initial electronic record is retained intact or has been altered since such electronic record was so fixed with the digital signature. Any reference in this act to any enactment or any provision thereof shall, in relation to an area in which such enactment or such provision is not in force, be construed as a reference to the corresponding law or the relevant provisions of the corresponding law, if any, in force in that area. In concluding remarks, I must say the Information Technology Amendment Act 2008 is a substantial addition to the India's Information Technology Act 2000. The IT Amendment Act was passed by the Indian Parliament in October 2008 and came into force a year later. The Act is administered by the Indian Computer Emergency Response Team. The original Act was developed to promote the IT industry, regulate e-commerce, facilitate e-governance and prevent cybercrime. The Act also sought to foster security practices within India that would serve the country in a global context. The amendment was created to address issues that original bill failed to cover and to accommodate further development of IT and related security concerns since the original law was passed. Changes in the amendments include redefining terms such as a communication device to reflect current use, validating electronic signature and contracts, making the owner to give an IP address responsible for content accessed or distributed through it, and making corporations responsible for implementing effective data security practices and liable for the breaches. The amendment has been criticized for decreasing the penalties for some cybercrimes and for lacking sufficient safeguards to protect the civil rights of the individual. Section 69, for example, authorized the Indian government to intercept, monitor, decrypt and block data at its discretion. According to the Pawan Duggal, a cyber law consultant and an advocate at the Supreme Court of India, the Act has provided Indian government with the power of surveillance, monitoring, blocking data traffic. The new powers under the Amendment Act tend to give Indian government a texture and a color of being a surveillance state. Thank you viewers for watching this program.